All right, here locally today, developers will break ground on a huge redevelopment project in downtown Knoxville.
Yeah, we check in with WBIR 10 News reporter Yvonne Thomas live outside the old State Supreme Court building with a look at the upcoming changes. It's an overhaul, Yvonne.
Abby Russell, good morning, and that is absolutely right. It is definitely a huge project. It's worth $76 million, and it will be one of the largest redevelopment projects that downtown Knoxville has seen so far. Now, the plan, part of it anyway, is to take part of this surface parking lot and turn it into a new 237-unit apartment complex that will house several residents and people in the area. Now, that's the plan for developers, and they plan to include a pool, a fitness and wellness center, a pet spa, a bike shop, and even 2 levels of parking. Now, this plan was actually approved last May. Currently, the 2-acre property includes the historic Supreme Court building and that large parking lot. But even with these new changes, the developer plans to preserve certain historic features in the area.
We look at each building as a standalone story. Each one has its own history, its own place in the fabric of Knoxville, and we don't want to lose those buildings because that's our story. You lose the building, you lose the story. Every place ends up looking like every other place, which is nowhere.
And the city of Knoxville purchased this land from the state for $2.5 million. Developer Dover Signature Properties has other plans for the historic courthouse. Now, that plan is to transform this building into a rooftop bar with apartment units below. Now, those units would actually operate more like an Airbnb where people can rent out those spaces. The groundbreaking ceremony for all of this begins in just a few hours at 10:30 a.m. Leaders with the city and the county are expected to attend. Now, coming up in the next half hour, we'll talk more about how the developer plans to have a new modern space for this addition in downtown Knoxville, but also how they are preserving the state's history as well. Abby and Russell, we'll send things back over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Yvonne.